at entropy and how to calculate change in entropy from Gibbs-free energy. Okay, so what is entropy? Entropy is simply the change in energy of a thermodynamic system. Okay, it is the degree of disorderliness or randomness in a thermodynamic system. So mathematically, we know that entropy is given as, when we say change in entropy, entropy is a state function, right? So it has initial and final state. So change in entropy is simply the final entropy minus what? The initial entropy, okay? Or you can simply say that change in entropy is S final minus what? S initial, okay? So mathematically, entropy, change in entropy is given as the heat either absorbed or released in a thermodynamic system, which is a reversible process, okay? Which is reversible all over the temperature. So this heat is given in what? Joules, okay? So change in entropy, the unit for entropy is joules per Kelvin, okay? Since heat is in joules and temperature is in Kelvin, so change in entropy is equal to joules per Kelvin. So if this heat, if this reversible heat we are talking about is positive, let's say is positive, what it simply means is that the change in entropy will also be positive or greater than zero. So what this means, if change in S is greater than zero, it means that the entropy, there is increase. It means that there is increase in entropy of that system, okay? But if this Q reversible is negative, okay? If it is negative, then change in S is less than 0. And if change in S is less than 0, it means decrease in entropy. Okay? So entropy increases. Entropy increases as you move from solid to what? Gaseous. Okay? So solid materials have a kind of a low entropy compared to what? Liquid state compared to what? Gaseous state. So entropy is highest in a gaseous state. You know why? Because in a gaseous state, those elements are free to move about. So the degree of randomness or disorderliness of that system means an increase in the entropy of that system. Now, as entropy is increasing, okay, as if heat is positive, it means an increase in entropy. Now, what does an increase in entropy means? The increase in entropy means that the reaction will become what? Spontaneous. So if change in S is greater than 0, it means that the reaction will become spontaneous and irreversible, okay? Spontaneous and irreversible. If the reaction, if delta S is less than 0, it means the reaction will be what? Non-spontaneous, okay? So lastly, if the entropy change is equal to 0, it means the reaction is at equilibrium, okay? It's at equilibrium and also reversible. So these are some terms you need to take note of, okay, before we go into proper how to calculate entropy from the Gibbs free energy.